Alright, this video is actually not an Ask Misty, and it's not a Misty Minute. It's just a heartfelt thank you. Oh, by the way, I kind of look weird. I hosted a swimsuit fashion show tonight, and I'm in swimsuit fierceness. And all dolled up. Pretty girl, swimsuit style. But this is a heartfelt thank you. I have truly felt my entire life, and I do live my life thinking that and knowing that I don't care what other people think of me. I don't. I worry about myself. As long as I can make sure that my shit is taken care of, that's what matters. Until you pay my bills, I don't really care what you think. Especially since opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one, and most of them stink. And recently on my Formspring, somebody asked a random question saying, "What do you truly think of me? Please be honest. And if you're brave, ask your followers." And I was like, I wonder what people will say. And at first I wasn't going to do it. Again, I don't care what people say. But also, I was afraid that a lot of people would say, you're too fat, you're too whatever. I don't know what people would say. But I went ahead and did it. Actually, I did it, and then I went to undo it, and it was already done. So I made up my mind not to look. Because now in Formspring it has that thing where you can say questions asked of you and questions you asked other people. And I'm like, well, I'm just not going to look at it. Because I don't really ask a lot of people questions, so I don't have to ever look at that section. But today, for some reason, I was curious. I wonder if anybody replied. 60 people replied. And I admit, I was late getting ready for work today because I was reading all 60 replies. And I took them to heart. And it was a couple hours ago, obviously, when I was getting ready for work today. And many of them were brief and very sweet, like, "You've changed my life, I'm a better drag queen because of you," and things like that. But a couple of them were also blatantly honest. One of them was a Christian girl who said, "I love your advice, but I think you're wrong when it comes to Christianity and homosexuality." She's like, "I'm sorry, you asked my opinion, I'm being honest." Oh my God, please be honest. That's why I asked the question. Because in my mind, what I think people think of me is not what they really think of me. It's what I think they think of me. And the way I see myself in my mirror is the way I see myself. It's not the way you see me. And I was curious. And this girl, I totally understand. I felt the same way she did for a very long time. And I'm not going to go into the debate of how or why I feel that way, the way I feel now, but another person commented a unique thing, something I was kind of shocked about, is out of all 60 replies, only 2 of them are people that I know in real life, and one of them is somebody that met me, but I don't know who it is. An anonymous thing. And the person that I don't know in real life but met me said that initially she thought I was a bitch. And thought that the first time she met me at one of the venues I work in, thought that I was really mean or just bitchy. And she's like, well, I give people the benefit of the doubt, and therefore, I'm like, maybe she's having a bad day. Thank you for being like that, because most people wouldn't. They'd be like, fuck her. And then she came to another show at another venue, and I guess she talked to me or met me, and I was much nicer and whatever. And I've actually heard that before. A lot of people have been like, ugh, when I first met you, I thought you were such a bitch. And I'm like, oh, I'm not a bitch, I'm just drawn that way. You know, like, my eyebrows. You know, very Jessica Rabbit. I'm not bitchy. And that reminded me of a story. My favorite TV show of all time is called Charmed. And it was on in the 90s. Late 90s, early millennium. What do you call that now? The double zeros? I don't know. It was like around 99, 2000 to like, I don't know, it was on for 10 years, so maybe 2010 to 1999. I don't even, it's my favorite show, I should know. Anyways, it's called Charmed, and it's about these three sisters that are witches. And early in this series, Prue Halliwell, played by Shannon Doherty, was a photographer. And she loved this specific photographer. And he was her hero, and he was her role model, and he was everything she wanted to be. And she had an opportunity to go and interview him and get to know him and for a magazine article or whatever. And at the newspaper, she begged, please, 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 he's my favorite, he's my idol, he's my hero, please let me go interview him, I want to be the one to interview him. And she got to go, and he was so rude and mean to her and shattered that image that she had of him on a pedestal. And I've kept that to heart. And we're talking 2001, before I even considered doing drag or being Misty Eyez, you know. But that's something that I've kept inside of me as a moral or a thing that is important to me. You never know who you're going to meet. And I try to always give everyone a piece of attention or a piece of my time. And if somebody knows my name, they know me. I don't know them. And oftentimes I'm still the insecure man that's like, ugh, I don't know who that person is. But they know my name somehow. So I always turn around like, hi, oh my gosh, how are you? And I try my hardest to be a loving person to them instead of like, I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know the situation that this girl met me in, and I might have been having a bad day, I might have been very busy. But if I'm in drag, I'm probably working. And if I'm standing up, I'm definitely probably working. If you ever see me in drag and I'm sitting down, you have 900% permission to come over and talk to me. Misty, oh my gosh, blah, 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 blah. Because if I'm sitting down at any of my jobs, that means I'm relaxing. If I'm standing up, then that means I'm probably looking for someone or about to do something, or you still have permission to talk to me, but I might be short with you. Like, oh yeah, hold on. Where's that dancer? Where's that drag queen? Where's the DJ? I'm looking for the manager. You know, if I'm running around or doing something, you know, a lot of times if I'm hosting an event, that means I'm balancing a lot of things. All the other entertainers, the DJ, you know, the audience, to make sure they're having fun. And it just got to me. Because I don't ever want to come off like that. But I know that it's going to happen. And I've heard it many times that I look like a bitch. But I wanted to say thank you, especially to you, that gave me, you know, a little honest. It wasn't cutting. It wasn't hurtful. It was honest. And I want to thank all of you for all the kind words you said to me. You know, sometimes it gets really difficult, especially, you know, when I'm working a lot and I get home and I'm tired, or around gay days, for example. I missed an upload day because I didn't have Wi-Fi, but sometimes I'm just like, oh, I'm not going to do it today, I just want to go to bed, or I can't be bothered. Or sometimes I get home and I'm too drunk to record, or whatever. It's like, ugh. But because so many people have told me that I've affected their lives and helped them, or one of the greatest people said, I watch all your videos, you give amazing advice, and I have changed my thoughts and views on many subjects because of you. Whoa. It's not that I want to change everyone's mind, because that's not my intention. But if I can open the door to something you never thought of before, That is awesome. That's a goal. That's something I'm glad to have done. And somebody said, she learned something from me every day because if she didn't stop learning, she'd be dead, or I don't know. It was a cute statement, which is true. We learn every day. I don't know. I just want to say thank you. I keep thinking about that story about Charmed, and this should be a Misty Minute, a long one because it starts with a thank you. But this should be a Misty Minute. That no matter what profession you are, there are people that look up to you. Whether you're a photographer and there's little upcoming photographers, or you're an actor or an actress or a drag queen or the best accountant in your firm. Little people that want to be just like you are eager to meet you. And oftentimes they might have put you on pedestals that you don't belong on. But please be aware that when they show up, try not to burst their bubbles, what I'm saying. You know? And try to give a little piece of your time to everyone that begs of it. Anyways, that was a Misty Minute. Loving you, Cece.